What's up, guys? Welcome to Hideout Hacks episode 2, where I'm gonna tell you how to get free fuel. I know what you're thinking. It's clickbait, it's not real, but it's not. So let's talk about it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Exfil and Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm super excited you guys are here. Today, we're going to be going over another hideout hack. If you guys missed the first video, I'll make sure that is linked somewhere down in the description below, along with everything else you guys will need. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get free fuel, because you use fuel for the hideout, and fuel sometimes can be troublesome in the beginning because you always have to rebuy it or refind it if you don't know where it's at. That'll be a whole nother video where we'll do fuel spawns and all that good stuff. But before we get into all that, just so you guys know, I do drop 3 to 5 Tarkov videos a week. So if you want to see more Tarkov content like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and you can always hit the bell if you never want to miss an upload. And very lastly, before we get into the guide, I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. PST. I would love to have you guys by the stream, but without further ado, let's just start telling you how to get the free fuel. Okay, so before we get into this video too deep, I want to say a couple things. First of all, it's the hideout. The hideout, the flea market, the way that they're linked is based on the fluctuation of prices in the flea market. Now, there are some items in the game, depending on if items are nerfed or buffed, depending on what crafts different things. There is different reasons why there's a supply and demand, whether people are doing quests and they need to buy these items, but the flea market is always fluctuating. So sometimes you're gonna find nails and they're gonna be 12,000 rubles. Right now, nails are 45 to 52,000 rubles more often than not, because you're using them to craft new items, new ammos, and new stuff like that. So I wanted to say that because I know when I put out these type of hideout hacks videos, at the time of the video, these are the prices. But I will say that I feel like for the most part, the hideout, or I should say the flea market, fluctuates pretty evenly with what you need paired with each other. So if you guys watched the last video where I tell you guys how to get free golden star, if you haven't, but what happens is as prices begin to rise in certain items that you need, prices also begin to rise in certain items that you sell, making it so that even though you might feel like you're not making money because you're spending more money, usually you're also making more money for some things. Now, some things are you just don't do them anymore because it's not profitable. But when you crunch the numbers and you find out what's profitable, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And the reason why I wanted to bring up fuel, because fuel is an important resource for the hideout. You always need it, and you're going to get to a point in the game after you have reached a certain level where you're just going to let the hideout be on all the time. And I know that sounds weird right now because you don't have any solar panels and you're like, there's no way, I wouldn't ever be able to afford that. But trust me, you're going to get to a place where you're going to let the hideout go all the time, and you're never going to turn off the generator. And in that time, you're going to be finding out, how can I get fuel for cheaper? Where are the fuel spawns? You start thinking of stuff because you need more of it now, right? So, and it's leveled up so you can put more. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I have some numbers for you guys, and I don't want you guys to get lost in them. I want this to be as simple as possible. I don't want to sound smart or any of that. I just want you guys to get a good deal and find out how to get free fuel. So what we're going to do is you're going to go to the lavatory in your hideout, which we're at right now. At level 2, which doesn't take that much, it takes actually 3 corrugated hoses, 5 packs of screws, 1 electric drill, and 1 water collector. So with that, you can level up your hideout to the first one I think is only rubles, right? The first one is 2,000 rubles. So this will be very easy even for newer players to achieve. And then what's going to happen is, so the initial, this is where the clickbait comes in, because you have to have fuel already. Now, I am going to be putting out a video of fuel spawns and where the best places to find fuel. If I absolutely needed fuel, I know where to find it almost all the time. But because I do this, I don't ever have to look for fuel. Now, if I do find it, if I find the large ones, I usually just sell them, and I use only the blue, and I'm going to tell you why after we talk about this. And it all has to do with recycling what you have to get it back for free, essentially. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on the craft for the magazine boxes, which takes 4 hours and 26 minutes. On this craft, we are going to need 3 sets of screws. We are going to need 3 sets of bolts. We are going to need metal cutting scissors, and we are going to need 2 fuel cans. Now, okay, when you first see this craft, One thing you need to realize in the hideout when you're crafting that I didn't know in the beginning, because how am I supposed to know and figure this out unless I try it or somebody tells me, is that you can craft things with the most minimal amount of that item. So you can craft something that is 1 out of something. So if you use painkillers, you can craft it with 1 out of 10. What I didn't know was, this is the game changer, you can craft this with empty fuel cans. Which means at first when you look at this at face value, it doesn't look profitable because you're adding up all the prices. And so this is the main argument against crafting in the hideout. People will always say, and some might even after I explain this, still ask me, why don't, when you find screws and bolts and metal cutting scissors, why don't you just sell them to flea market and then use that money to buy more fuel? Because that's really what you're doing. You're not really getting it for free. Now, in my opinion, the reason why I think I'm getting it for free is because, first of all, I'm finding these items in raid, possibly even as a scav, most of the time as a scav, for free. A scav is a free run and everything you get is profit. So if I don't sell these on flea market, they're still my item that I get for free. Now, I could sell them, and I have the numbers for you guys just in case we wanted to talk about that, and I want to cover every aspect of this. But the most important part is that you can craft things that are empty as long as you have them for the fuel cans. So this is going to be 2 of those. So we have already used those in our hideout, right? We have utilized all the fuel in those cans, and we have empty cans now. So I'm going to push start just to show you what it looks like. So we have empty cans right here. As you can tell, I do this often. So I have 5 empty cans right now. So I'm ready to go for 2 crafts. I save my screws, I save my bolts that I find, and I also know where to find metal cutting scissors for the most part as well. So I'm getting this stuff for free. Now let's go over the prices. So we would be using 3 bolts right now. Current flea market bolts are 11,000. So that's 33,000. Then we have 3 screws, which would be at 10,000 right now. That is 30,000 rubles. Then we have 1 metal cutting scissors, which is selling right now for 37,000 rubles. So we're starting to add all this up, right? And then we have fuel, which is 54,000 rubles. And we have a mag box, which sells right now for 170,000 rubles. So let's start connecting some of these numbers real quick, because this is why this is important, and I'll try to put it somewhere on the screen. That way it's easier for you guys to see. So I'm just gonna pull up the calculator real quick. We're gonna go 33,000 plus 30,000 plus 37,000. So it's 100,000 if I were to sell all my bolts, all my screws, and my metal cutting scissors, which would give me enough to almost buy 2 fuel cans, right? But if we do this craft, the fuel's free, right? The fuel's free. So we're using those resources to craft a mag box. A mag box sells for 170,000 rubles, okay? So we're keeping along right now. Fuel right now costs 54,000 rubles. So let's go ahead and do divided by 54,000. Focus. You guys see that? So that is 3.14. So we are able to buy 3 fuel cans using 2 empty ones and 100,000 rubles worth of resources, which means not only did we get our fuel back, but we received 1 extra fuel. So as I continue to craft this, I continually get 1 extra fuel. Now, there is a time when you will get only 2 fuels, and replace it is when fuel is extremely high. I want to say a couple weeks ago, I was really shocked. Fuel was like at 80,000 rubles. And at that point, you guys can kind of just like chill and be like, hey, the market is really high right now. I'm just going to wait a little bit. Maybe you're going to wait late at night. Maybe you're going to wait early in the morning. Depends on where you live. And that's kind of how it fluctuates. And then as it lowers, then do this and get that extra fuel can. But either way, you're most likely still going to get 2 because mag boxes are so expensive. So this is how you continually get free fuel. If you have the first 2, that's going to give you 3. 2 of those are going to give you 3, which means now you're already up to 2 extra. So now you have 4 starting at 2, and it continually goes on and on and on. Now, the only problem is you do have to do this. And I know a lot of people are like, well, the hideout is a hassle. I'd rather just buy it. I mean, if you have lots of money, most likely you didn't even come to this video to actually watch it because you don't worry about saving money and you buy everything anyways. But for those of you who are trying to save a little bit of money and you want this cool hideout hack, this is how you do it. And this is also a common thing that people do, is sell mag boxes for money. Now, because we're using the 2 empty fuels, now I've talked to a couple people about this and they didn't even know that you can actually craft with empty fuel containers. They use full fuel containers to sell mag boxes for money, which, trust me, that's what I thought in the beginning. I'm not calling them stupid. I'm not saying anything like that, because that is what I thought. It wasn't until I pulled up this screen that I realized that I can use 0 out of 60 and craft with them. So right now I am actually going to craft with this, and we're going to hand that over, and I'm going to start my 4 hours and 26 minutes, and I'm going to get that extra fuel can. I'm going to buy the 3, gonna put them in my generator, and then I'm gonna craft it again since I have enough, and I'm gonna do the whole process over and over again. So guys, that's pretty much it. That is how you get free fuel. I would love to talk to you guys about it in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys about this live. I really hope that you find it useful and you understand fully what I'm saying. If not, and you do have any questions, feel free to just hit me up on any of the social medias that I leave down in the description below. And then also let me know if you know of a hideout hack. Maybe it can become part of the new video and I can even give you credit for it and just say, hey, so-and-so told me about it if I don't already know about it. But I do have a couple more planned. I'm really enjoying the series so far, and I'm enjoying sharing these with you guys. So if you guys got any value out of this video, make sure you smash that like button. It goes a long way for the channel, and I truly appreciate all the support that you guys have given me. If you guys want to see more Tarkov content like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and you can always hit the bell if you never want to miss an upload, where I'm dropping 3 to 5 videos every single week. I would also love to have you guys by the Twitch stream at twitch.tv/xvlnghost. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. PST. Whether you want to chill after work, whether you want to talk about this stuff live, either way, we usually have a good time, and I'm pretty sure when you're there, it'll even be better. I hope you guys are very blessed. I hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. I hope you find this hideout hack useful, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Okay. Dropped one. Oh, no. This one was, I think, on this floor. Got him.